Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-dum-dum. Welcome back, my friends. I hope you're all having a fantastic start of the week so far. I took a few days off to recollect myself, get my energy levels back to normal, and I hope you guys are all continuing to grow on your healing journey and becoming your most authentic self. Today we're going to be doing a little bit different type of video. We're going to be talking about lust and overcoming lust. And I would say this video is probably going to be more prevalent to men just because men are visual creatures. I see it's more of a problem, especially in modern society now with men. But I really think that if you can overcome lust, and even if you're a woman watching this and you have lustful temptations, fleshly pleasures, and we can look at lust as not just sexual, but lust for anything, lust for material possessions, which again, you could be called greed, but lust for anything really. And I really believe that if you can conquer lust, that you can manifest anything you want in life. For me personally, lust was my biggest sin, temptation. I've never been a greedy person or have wrath, anger. It's always, lust has been my biggest one. And I think in today's society, especially with men, you know, with Instagram models and, you know, the beta versus alpha males and how women are becoming more masculine and in their masculine energy and men are becoming more in their feminine energy. I think if you can control lust, that you can switch into the energy you are meant to be in. For a woman, feminine; for a man, masculine. And with this video, you know, going on the healing journey, it's not easy. It is not easy. I would say, and I've talked about this in other videos, I was a heroin addict 10 years ago. I would say giving up lust is harder than giving up heroin. That's how difficult it is. And I don't know anyone that really has, any of my friends. It's a very, very difficult thing. I think when you're on the spiritual journey, when you're on the godly path, it will become easier because you're doing it not only for yourself, but you're doing it for God. You're doing it to be the best version of yourself. So when you go on this journey of getting rid of temptations, you have to go on it with an intention. You know, if you're just doing it to do it, it's usually not going to work out. You know, you set an intention, and that's with manifestation too. I have this in my book on Amazon, The Manifestation Planner. You have to set intentions with your manifestations. If you don't set an intention, it's not going to come true. The fruition is not going to happen. So with lust specifically for me, and this tying into what we've been talking about for the past few months with going through a narcissistic relationship or narcissistic abuse, you know, oftentimes what I've seen with clients is it's either one of two things. Afterwards, after the narcissistic relationship, they either go down one of two paths, which is they want to hop under another warm body and get right into a relationship, or go out on the field dating, try and forget the ex-narcissistic partner or toxic person in their life, or they can't trust anyone and they isolate and don't think they're even capable of dating. So what I've learned with this, and I'll do more videos on this, is semen retention or monk mode or nofap, I think are the best things you can do to overcome lust and manifest your dream life. I have manifested so many things in my life because I've gotten rid of lust and been on a celibate journey. And, you know, I believe in waiting for the right person to give that energy to reciprocate it, because the problem, especially with men, is, you know, we're visual creatures. We see something, we're like sexually appealed to that person, and we go give this person our energy, sexual energy, and what ends up happening is you don't create a long, meaningful relationship. And I'll bring up in a few other videos the diagrams on how relationships are meant to be built. And right now, in the past 20 years, the first step and the last step have been flip-flopped. So we have sex with someone. Oh, I forgot. I can't say that on YouTube. we have S3X with someone first, rather than building a relationship, building like a best friend, getting to know the person, connecting on a spiritual level, on a soul level, body, mind, soul. We do the S3X first, you know, within the first few weeks, even the first few months. And now what ends up happening is you create a soul tie, and even if that person isn't meant to be with you, you're not energetically a match, because you've created that soul tie, you've connected energetically, sexually, you're gonna let your boundaries go. So when the other person acts up in the relationships or lies or cheats or anything, you're more likely to just let it slide because you have that soul tie, that connection. So that's why it's so important, like now that we flip it back to how it used to be, and I'll talk more about the diagram of how the relationship is supposed to go. But essentially when you're going through lustful temptations, when you get lustful temptations, I look at it as you're not going to just do it all in one shot. You know, think about when you're in school and let's just say you're in math class, and first day in math class and the teacher gives you a test. What's going to happen? You're going to fail because you haven't learned anything, right? Let's just say you showed up to math class every day, and in the first 5 minutes, the teacher just gives you a test every single day without learning anything. You're going to fail it every single time. So that's what it's like with lust, with temptation, is, you know, you have to learn the lessons. You have to continuously fail in order to achieve success. You know, you have to study and learn when you have these temptations on what to do, what not to do, how it makes you feel, how it affects others. And what's going to end up happening over time, you'll start to get better and better. You'll get a D, then you'll get a C, then you'll get a B, and eventually you'll get an A, and then it won't even faze you. But I think in order to achieve that A, to achieve completely getting rid of lust, especially, again, for men, is you have to go on the celibacy journey or the semen retention journey. And with women, it's, you know, obviously women don't have semen, but it's the same thing. Don't touch yourself. Don't give in to those temptations. And what ends up happening is we know that everything in this universe is energy. And sexual energy is the most powerful energy in the universe, the most creative energy. You know, when a man releases, what ends up happening? He's done, right? He just gave all of his energy away. Sluggish, because that's what a man's meant to do, is to reproduce, to replicate. So evolutionary, if you release, you're saying your job is done. You have completed your mission. So you have no energy now. And when you hold on to that, you're essentially tricking I don't want to say tricking, but you're flipping a switch on the evolutionary pattern, and you're harnessing all that energy. This is why females become super attracted to men that are on the semen retention journey, because you're holding on to all of your life force to create a life. And, you know, on an energetic level, like pheromones, this and that, it's just like you're a 1% person. 99.9% of the world is releasing and looking at corn daily, if not 2 or 3 times a week, and releasing to nothing. It's like a black hole. It's release and you don't get anything for your return. You know, when you wait and you're celibate and you're holding on to that sexual energy, then you meet that person that you do want to reproduce with, you know, the energy is going to be reciprocated because you've met the person that you want to have a long-lasting relationship. That's why, like what I said, after a narcissistic relationship or after you've been through abuse and people want to just go sleep around or, you know, get their rocks off, you're not getting anything in return. You're just giving it, you're wasting it away. And then you create the soul tie and way more issues. So in my life, I've been on the semen retention journey for 2.5 years. And usually I'll go like 3-4 months without touching myself at all. Nothing, no release, nothing, zero. And what I always notice, the first month is hard, very difficult to get through. A lot of temptations because, again, we've been programmed in society to release and be lustful towards all types of creatures. So what ends up happening is that builds up and you don't know how to transmute it and harness that energy. That's why a lot of people talk about when they go monk mode or do celibacy or semen retention, they get angry or they get impulsive. And that's because you have to learn how to transmute that energy because you've never been used to holding on to it all. And when that builds up inside your system, it needs to go somewhere, right? Energy needs to go somewhere. When you sleep with someone, that you give them that energy, right? You've drained the energy, drained. So when you're holding on to it, you need to learn how to meditate, how to do yoga, go to the gym, use that energy. You will get stronger. You will burn more fat. I promise you this. I'm a prime example of this. I've noticed it every single time I go on these journeys. I get stronger. My body fat goes down. My body composition looks way better because you have more energy. You have more energy to put in. You can do more reps. You can pick up more weight. You're more dedicated. You have more willpower. Willpower is the biggest thing. When you can learn to hold on to that and not touch yourself at all, I think it's the hardest thing for a man, especially, to do in this lifetime, by far. If you can hold on to that energy, oh my God, you're going to become an unstoppable force. The willpower it takes to not give in to those lustful temptations is on a whole nother level. And when you have the willpower to do that, you have the willpower to do anything, literally anything. When I started my semen retention journey 2.5 years ago, I've created 5 businesses in this 2.5 years, 5. Because I have so much energy to put into all the different areas of my life that needed work. I'm in the best shape of my life. Finances are great. My mental space is great. Everything ends up elevating because you're taking the strongest energy in the universe and holding on to it. That's going to seep out into all aspects of your life. You are going to become the best version of yourself. Now, it's easier said than done. It takes a lot of practice. It's not easy. It takes a lot of willpower. I still have times where I get like I don't want to say road rage, but I lose my shit when that energy is built up so much and I haven't gone to the gym. If I take a 2 days off or something and it builds up, it'll come out in other areas that are negative. So you have to really, practice and learn that it's a journey. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, like math class. It's going to take steps. You're going to fail. But what ends up happening is all those small failures eventually lead you to success. You're not going to become successful in anything without failing. You're just not. And, I think with lust, it's so pushed in our society that it's okay. The world is run by the devil. The devil is ruling the world right now. And it's pushed into our minds all the time. That's why I don't go on Instagram ever. And I will put my Instagram, I haven't put my Instagram on any videos until now. My Instagram is strictly fitness and health. I only post fitness and health on there, but I will put it on there. You guys can go check that out if you're interested in like fitness and health and different types of tips and tricks and what I do, supplementation to lean out and how my macros and micronutrients play out into things. But with Instagram, I don't have it on my phone. Like I'll post updates of like my physique and stuff, but I'll do it on my computer because every time you go on Instagram, that homepage, that search page is literally just every single one, girls, booty, girls, booty. It's like all it is. It's owned by the devil. And again, when that's put in your face all the time, subconsciously, you are picking up on it. And it's ingraining itself into you, and it's going to be very, very difficult. You want to make your journey on celibacy, monk mode, semen retention if you're a man, as easy as possible. Why would you hurt yourself? If you're a recovering heroin addict, are you going to hang around with people that do heroin? No. It's going to make it 100 times harder. If you're a recovering alcoholic, are you going to go out to bars? No, it's going to make it a million times harder. So when you go on Instagram or any of these social media sites that are promoting a lot of sexuality, it's going to make your journey 10 times harder. You need to make it as easy as possible on yourself. And I promise you, if you go on the journey of harnessing your sexual energy and not giving it out to anyone, you will manifest everything you want in life. Not only are you doing it for you to be the best version of you, but you're going to glow. You are going to glow. You are 100% going to glow, but you're going to grow closer to God. The semen retention is what actually got me on my journey to becoming closer to God. It was the trigger, the mechanism that, brought me closer to God and further along on my spiritual journey. And you will notice after 1 month, you will notice that you can hear God's voice. You're connected with the universe. You're just connected with everything. Animals seem to just like you more. They want to be around you. I'll like go out and birds will like land right next to me. I'll walk down my yard and a rabbit will be like 2 feet away and won't run away. When you have all that energy, which is a creative life force, which creates more love, animals and everything in the world is drawn to you. You're a magnet. You're a magnet for abundance. Like I said, you will be a manifestation master if you can harness this type of sexual energy. And, going on the journey, it's difficult. But again, anything in life that is difficult pays off. The hardest things in life have the biggest reward. So if you're used to releasing or touching yourself or looking at corn, you get rid of all of that, has to be replaced, right? You've been giving all this energy away. Now all the energy is going to build up inside of you and it's going to have to go somewhere. It goes into the things in life that you want. If you want to manifest financial freedom, you want to manifest getting out of a 9-to-5 job, you want to manifest your soulmate, it's going to happen. It's going to happen 1000x, right? And you're going to be in such a happy, joyful place. When all that energy fills up, people, I can't tell you how different it is when I do or have released. I feel like shit for like a week to 3 weeks. And I notice that I'm not as confident. I stutter my words a lot more. My communication skills just aren't there. I'll notice when I go to the gym, like conversations just are kind of watered down. But after 1 month, I'll go to the grocery store and 10 people will walk up to me, men and females, and just say something about anything. Like, oh, I love that you wear purple. I always wear purple. Or I love your tattoos or whatever. Like just random shit all the time. And it's crazy because you really do notice it. You become a magnet. Everyone just wants to be around you. Like attracts like. And when you're in this high vibrational energy all the time, other people are going to want to harness that energy for themselves, right? Why do people want to be around other like-minded people or higher vibrational people? Why do people who become billionaires be around all billionaires? They don't hang around with lower vibrational people. When you get to these different levels, the higher levels, you're going to continuously attract the lower levels because it's like you're a mentor or you're showing people how to do the right things. Am I going to take advice from someone on finances that doesn't have their finances together? No. If you're like when back in the day when people used to go to dating coaches, why do you go to a dating coach? Because they've gone on a lot of dates. They know the psychology. They know everything. They know more. So you're absorbing their energy to elevate yourself. So when you elevate on the semen retention, celibacy, monk mode journey, no one else in the world is doing it. Less than 1%. So if we know that things that are scarce become more valuable, you are now a scarce commodity. You're 1%. So everyone is going to be attracted to you. You are going to be a magnet. Why does everyone want a Lamborghini? Because they're scarce. There's no Lamborghini commercials. They're super scarce. You see one every few months, and that makes it super valuable. So when you hold on to your sexual energy, you become scarce, which means you are more valuable. It's as simple as that. And when you have lots of value, people want that for themselves. They want to know how you did it. They want to take that energy. That's why with empaths and narcissists, if you hold on to your sexual energy and you're an empath, you know, the lower vibrational people are going to want to steal that energy for themselves. But when you're on that journey and you've gone enough time and you've done it enough times, you are going to be so set in your strong boundaries that people won't be able to affect you energetically. You'll know. You'll know when people are low vibrational. I know it all the time when I go at the gym. I know there's this one guy specifically, and his girlfriend talks to me from time to time, and he hates it. I can feel his energy, his vibe, and you'll know when these types of people are around you, and like to not come around your space bubble because you're just on a different level. And I've said "and" probably 100 times because I could really sit here for 4 hours and talk about this and all the different phases of it and whatnot. I'll do more videos on it for sure, but I just wanted to give you guys a little different rundown on your healing journey and how to make it as easy as possible. And I'm not perfect. I've relapsed many times and dated one of my female friends a year ago and gave up my energy, and I felt like shit after, and my manifestation slowed down, my finances slowed down, everything slowed down. So I just challenge you guys to do your research. Type in celibacy, monk mode, semen retention, sexual transmutation, and learn about it and practice. Go a few days, go a week, try and make it to 2 weeks, try and make it to 3 weeks. It's the same thing in anything in life. If you're trying to get away from alcohol, a lot of people can go cold turkey, but a lot of people will slow it down. Okay, got to go to weekends now. Okay, now we're down to 3 drinks. Now we're down to 2. Okay, now we're completely sober. Now we drink only on holidays. Like, you have to slowly incorporate it into your daily life so that it becomes a new pattern. And once you do this, you will become the best version, the most authentic version of yourselves. So I hope you guys enjoy the day. Stay safe. Go get a workout in if you can. Stay healthy. It is now springtime. We're getting a little bit extra daylight savings. Life is good. Be grateful for all the things that you do have, and I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy the day. Later, guys. I can see the